ads and agencies and what's working, what's not working, so just getting clarity from Alex on that piece alone is super helpful.
Well, how many customers have you sold so far?
In 2024, direct on our website, and I have this broken out per channel in a couple slides, but total visits is about 90,000 visits to our site, about 2,500 orders, there's a 2.8% conversion rate, and about 781 products, so it's a lot of products.
Is everything made to order?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like you're carrying a ton of inventory. Like you've got raw materials in there.
Raw materials, most of it we bring in from our vendors, kind of as we need it. We don't carry huge.
So when I asked, is it made to order? That was an important question because inventory can be one of the biggest costs in a business, and especially with somebody that had that many SKUs, I got really worried about it. But because it's made to order, then it's really just like optionality. So then you just look at operational efficiency of like how difficult it is to make all these different things. And I bring this just from my own physical products experience with Prestige Labs, which is my supplement company. You've got to be looking out, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, sometimes 16 weeks ahead of time to make your orders. And that can be a huge cash drag on the business.
What's been holding you back?
So I think it's marketing. Fulfillment wise, we proved that in December, we can handle about double fulfillment. With limited complexity. So I just need more people to the site, more people buying, and we can fulfill it. So, and also very product heavy with low margins. So working on the margin piece, getting profits up a little bit. So
do you want to sell this company eventually, or
I haven't really had any thoughts of selling, but I want to create a business that is sellable.
Yeah.
So I have the option if I want to sell or no. But I would love for it to be a 4th generation business someday.
All right. So how many locations do you have? Because you have brick and mortar, correct?
We have 1 retail location now. We have 2 locations total. We closed the other retail location down in its production-only facility.
Okay.
So the other retail location, does maybe $150,000 in revenue out of that location. So
just like walk-in traffic and whatever.
Yeah, walk-in, email stuff.
Does it break even?
Not really.
Okay.
So we're
So you have a manufacturing facility and 1 retail?
Yeah, which also does some manufacturing as well. Yeah.
Is there any downside to just consolidating to the 1?
It's something that we're actually looking at. Consolidating and go more e-commerce and kind of cutting the retail business.
The fact that he has 2 physical locations is a bit odd given the nature of retail in 2025. The vast majority, and it's continuing to grow as people are doing online sales. And especially with the amount of customization that he offers, it makes more and more sense for him to sell to a national base, which he's already doing.
So these are the issues. What are the metrics you got?
So numbers, 1.72 million in revenue, about 110,000 in profit. 40% gross margin.
I would have expected gross margins to be higher for this business.
And it varies per product.
Okay.
Tons of, certain acrylics.
I was expecting $1, you buy these trophies and they're $1 and you're like, there's no, this is made of rubber, Okay.
Yeah, so it just varies widely between the products and platform and stuff like that. But net margin about 6.4%, LTV 133, and then CAC 1190. LTV to CAC ratio 11:1, and that's blended across all channels.
How do you come up with pricing?
Guessing for the most part, or I'll look at some competitors, but there's not really good apples to apples comparison necessarily.
Do you do a cost plus or
Yeah, so I have massive spreadsheets of all of our costs, things like that, factor in labor, and then I just kind of add my margins to it, and have slowly been trying to bring that up over the years.
Yeah.
When Alex is pointing out the margins and they're really low, and I agree. I just don't quite know what to do yet, but it's a problem we've been looking to solve for quite a while.
What percentage of customers are new versus return?
I don't have a percentage for that.
Gut,
I would say probably just on our website and internal customers, probably 50-50.
Okay, because it is a 4-year-old business, so you'd think there'd be a decent amount of return.
Yeah, a lot of our business, $530 in revenue comes just internal, so emails, calls, things like that. Most of that is repeat.